hey, I don't like gay people, but you're all right. No?
Yeah, and if you could change, that'd be great.
Teenagers coming in their pants, sign me up. That's what you say off camera.
It's just like you with your stutter.
We're both disabled, you dumb.
All of what we said was satire. Don't take any of what I said out of context.
Of course, no one takes things out of context on the internet. Come on.
Okay, what episode is it? 12? I think it matters.
I don't care what episode it is because I want to get to the bottom of this, brother. We were having a conversation off pod.
Welcome back to Binge and Cringe.
Binge and Cringe, who cares what the podcast is? We've got bigger fish to fry, or should I say cows to moo. You don't have sloppy joes in the UK, and you said they're disgusting, presumably without having ever tasted one.
Can we go back to I've got bigger cows to moo?
Yeah. I'm a vegetarian. I don't slaughter cows, so I thought what would be a nice word.
Okay, so I'm gonna Google Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, Google Sloppy Joe. Sloppy.
I can't. It
so
actually
dumb, you
looks
didn't even Google it.
vile.
Does it look vile? It looks kind of like beans on toast.
Okay, what? Show me the images that
It's
you are looking at that
bread.
look like
It's
beans
bread,
on toast.
and it's like small round
It's
things.
brain.
In sauce.
It's brain. Sorry, it is bread. You are correct. There is
It does
bread
kind of look
involved.
like brain. Freudian slip. Yeah.
It looks like. So my dog was going through stomach issues, and Jade, she's a great girl. It looks like what was coming out of her asshole for like a week.
Right.
Put between two pieces of bread.
The thing about food is it doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters what it tastes like.
It
right?
does matter what it looks like, for sure. Part
I
of
do
it is
think that
definitely
famous
what it
chefs
looks
say
like.
you taste first with your eyes. And
Yeah,
this
I think
looks
comparing
like a
this
delicious
to
meal.
beans and toast is fucking insane to me. You show
Really?
me, send me a screenshot of what you're looking at, because I'll send you a screenshot of what I'm looking at.
Okay.
There isn't a single
honestly,
one here that looks appetizing to me.
I swear, this is the first image. If you Google beans and toast, it's the first image. I'm going to send it to you to make sure we're looking at the same thing. And it kind of looks like half a sloppy Joe. It's an open-faced
Wait,
sloppy Joe.
That's just beans on toast. That is not a sloppy Joe. Look at what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it looks. Imagine you put another toast on top and it's still cascading out the sides like that. You basically have a sloppy Joe.
You've just sent me beans on toast, though. This is very different. Sloppy Joe isn't beans, is it?
No. That's what I'm saying. It like looks similar. Like look at your pictures that you've pulled up and look at that
I asked
picture.
you to send me a picture of Sloppy Joe. You sent me beans on toast, Stans. You failed the
Yes,
assignment.
exactly. They look the same. Look
Don't
up. Look
say
at the two
exactly.
images.
I said this is beans on. This is not the same.
Yeah, that's beans on toast.
So send me a picture of what Sloppy Joe is.
You sent me 30 sloppy Joe pictures. I can see them in the Discord.
I know, Stans. Okay, let me try and say this in English so you understand.
Yeah.
Because clearly I've been speaking a different fucking language.
Sure.
I said everything I'm looking at looks fucking atrocious. So can you send me a picture of what you're looking at if you think that it looks good? And you sent me beans on toast.
Oh, we were having different conversations.
No, we weren't having different conversations. You were.
Yeah, we were.
You were having a different conversation. I was having the conversation that we were having.
That's a different conversation still. I was saying that this looks kind of like beans on toast, sloppy Joe.
Yeah, I understood that. I don't need a visual indication. No, I don't agree with you, but I understand that that's what you were saying. I didn't need a visual indication of what beans on toast looks like because I know what beans on toast looks like.
Well, then you will know. If you know what beans on toast looks like and you see this image I sent
Stans, if you don't send me a picture of what you think a sloppy Joe looks like, thank God.
Not only does it look similar, it looks good.
This looks better, but it still doesn't look good.
It's just a classic sloppy Joe.
And also, like, tacos, which I understand, I say, British people say tacos cringe, but it's our accent. There's, like, no way around
what the hell?
it.
You say a lot of words cringe. Why would we worry about tacos specifically?
Because I'm aware that it sounds awful when I say it, but I can't say it differently because that's how I say it.
Right.
But when you're eating like a soft shell taco, it like falls apart, usually kind of goes everywhere.
Sure.
I am willing to deal with that for tacos because they taste fucking great. And I feel like the fact that you call it a sloppy Joe, you know that it looks like diarrhea and feels like diarrhea and falls over your hands like you've held a packet of diarrhea. It's crazy to me that you guys eat that, but then go beans on toast, yuck.
So here's the thing. You're arguing against a ghost because I think sloppy Joe delicious, beans on toast delicious. I think both are good.
Yeah, I just don't see the equivalency there at all.
Oh, it's just like kind of like a sloppy tomato sauce based protein on top of bread.
If I ate beans on toast with my hands, I would agree with you. But I don't because no one does use knife and fork. Yeah, obviously.
Oh, you should try putting a lid on your beans and toast, another piece of bread, and just taking a bite like a sandwich.
No, sandwich feels wrong. You can't have a bean sandwich. That's when it goes crazy. Bean sandwich,
can't have a bean sandwich. You do realize beans on toast is just an open-faced bean sandwich.
Yeah, but as soon as you put the top on, you cringe.
Wow. I feel like I'm learning a lot about the
I would actually, hear me out. Take the lid off a sloppy Joe, eat it with a knife and fork. I'm kind of on board.
That's totally fine. That's an open-faced sloppy Joe. I think we're building consensus here.
Open-faced slop. I'm down for an open-faced slop.
Joe. Okay, but real talk. Let's bring it in. Have you ever eaten a sloppy Joe?
Yes, but I don't think it counts because it was in the UK. So
interesting.
We barely get sloppy Joes in the UK, but like there was one place, there was like a burger place, and they were like, "We do a sloppy Joe."
Restaurant?
Well, no, it was just like a pub. I don't know.
Yeah, a pub. I would never trust a sloppy Joe outside of the house.
Outside the house?
Yeah, if you're not making your own sloppy Joe, then you don't know what's in the slop.
You have to make your own sloppy Joe?
Of course you make your own. Everyone makes their own sloppy Joes. No one orders these at a restaurant. They don't sell them.
So how long have we been talking about? 6 minutes of sloppy Joe conversation.
The people care. The people get in the comments. The people care. This is a real conversation we're having right now.
Stans, you've been to Korea and I've been to Las Vegas, and instead
of
letting
I wish
people
they had
know
sloppy Joes there, all right?
Instead of letting the people know where we've been and we've missed an episode, and Stans, you were in the last episode even though you didn't know you were in the last episode.
Yes, I was a cute little twink version of myself.
A cute little twink, yeah. They're the two things that he strives to be in the world: cute and a twink. So
yes, of course.
Have you actually watched the last episode, by the way, the intro? Because I was trying to do a little funny bit with you, and I was like, hey, you should pull it up on stream. And you were being, I'm a big cringe, angry Madge baby, so I'm going to ignore Joe's messages.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but I believe you. I think you're probably in the right there. Yeah.
I'm always in the right, dude. It's me.
Okay, let's take it back. Before I will answer your question about if I watched that, although I think you in your heart of hearts know the answer.
Yeah, obviously.
2, if you want to hear the Sloppy Joe discourse, leave a comment. I'm not saying right now. We're ending.
Sorry.
But if you believe,
are you annoyed that we've stopped the Sloppy?
Let me finish. If you
wait. I'm gonna say every time that I want to say something that you won't let me finish, I'm just gonna say, "Let me finish." Until you shut the fuck up.
I had started a sentence.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, I'll let you finish.
That's actually such a fucking base thing to do. I do that in every conversation, right? From now on.
Ever since this is a little bit of a tangent, but I like tangents. You know that. Anyone
Wait, are you not finishing?
No, because you've actually put me on another road, a road less traveled by Robert Frost.
I'll let you finish. Let you finish.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, I'm saying let you finish. I want you to finish your previous thing.
No. I'm going to finish the second thought. Then I'll go back to the first thought. It's like primer.
You have to draw arrows. Restart the Sloppy Joe conversation, and then this
is a better podcast. I think our joy here, your frustration, my joy, is played for the people. You know what I mean?
This is like the opposite of the Morbius episode where you're dying and I'm having a great time. This is the opposite. This is awful.
Yeah, and the opposite of the Morbius episode is going to be a successful episode. So, really quick, before I go back to my first point, which is actually my second point, you were saying you love the fact that you can say, let me finish.
Yeah.
Ever since the 2016 election, and there was, I don't know if you saw it across the pond, there was a debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And she laid out this eloquent point about why he would be bad for us and the mistakes he's made in his past. And he looked dead into the camera, put up his finger, and just went, wrong.
Yeah,
now me and Rochelle do that to each other on literally everything. If someone makes like a well-reasoned point for why we should do the opposite of what someone suggests, you just look at them and you go, no.
Yeah, I've witnessed that many times.
Have you really?
Yeah, yeah.
So good.
I think Rochelle does that on stream a lot. So
yeah, she does. We just because we do it in our life all the time.
Yeah,
it's just like very real. Okay, now that little anecdote has been told, I would like to very quickly. I will not drag this on, and I will not begrudge you.
I will not drag this on. Sure. Okay, go ahead.
And I will not begrudge you for being mad about the fact that I want to go back to this because I think it's important that as two co-hosts on a podcast, we have open lines of communication.
Yeah.
And I believe that those open lines of communication should continue between me and my friends, aka the listeners of this podcast.
Everyone of them is your friend.
Everyone of my friend is my friend. Yes. And I want to let them know that if they want more sloppy Joe discourse or just sloppy discourse in general, just shooting the shit on things.
Okay, sorry. What does sloppy discourse mean in general?
Sloppy discourse. So here's the deal. I am chaos, right? And you are structure.
Destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, you are like, well, we both went to these places and did these exciting things, and like we should talk about those. But
yeah.
I've already unraveled this thread. You know what I mean? And so I just want the people to know if they want to be structured, boring little gremlins, then just let me know in the comments. And
I feel like what you're saying now is basically we should do structure, but it should be about Sloppy Joe next episode to carry on the conversation.
No. I will never bring up Sloppy Joes on this podcast ever again. That has lost its luster to me. I'm saying a sloppy conversation is what I'm calling something that could pop up in a similar way that the Sloppy Joe discourse popped up, but I think we should follow it to its
yeah, I completely agree. I agree about the sloppy conversation. I just didn't want to talk about Sloppy Joes. And I also feel like we should have maybe started the podcast by addressing where we've been and that we missed an episode and that we're really sorry and we love you guys.
So I'm just crossing off enema talk for next week, and then that time I got nauseous on the roller coaster, and then I think we'll be good.
Wait, so tell both those stories now. Those
great. Aren't real. I made them up. This is improv. Welcome to the show, kid.
Oh, he's so sloppy.
Sorry. You were in Las Vegas, a.k.a. my home, America. I was in Korea, a.k.a. your home.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know whether I'm trying to yes and me being Korean.
It's
and I don't
because
know
you love K-pop so much that you got plastic surgery to look like a K-pop idol.
Right, obvious, evidently by this. For the audio listeners, you won't realize this, but I look Korean right now.
You now have to get a Snapchat filter that is very racist.
I've done Korean face, and but like IRL.
Yeah, K-face, we call it in the industry. Yeah.
So let's move away from all the race shit, Stans. We ain't about that. We're two white guys, actual white guys, to be clear.
Man, it's really privileged to say let's move away from race, huh? Sorry.
So, Stans, let's move on to Glee, where...
Let's talk about something, non-problematic. Glee.
I am going to tell you the title of this episode that we're going to watch, and I want you already to get your predictions in.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to have context from the title. We should be fine.
The title is Wheels.
Oh, it's about Artie.
Okay, why do you think it's about Artie?
Because he's in a wheelchair.
Wow. Okay, sorry. We're talking crazy of you to assume that it's about Artie. Why would it be about Artie? Is his only defining quality to you that he's in a wheelchair?
His only defining quality to the writers of the show is that he's in a wheelchair. This is not a me problem. In fact, I think Artie's cool, but they have done nothing but be like, hey, Wheels, you can't move across the stage, you're out. Or like, look at him, he can't dance, so we have to dance on him.
It would be crazy if the first episode that focuses on Artie as a character was called Wheels, right?
It wouldn't, because this is what television was, and in a lot of ways,
and this is what Glee is, to be clear.
And this is specifically what Glee is. There's going to be an episode called The Gay One, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, that's about Kurt.
Oh, we forgot about this guy. He's the gay one.
Oh, fucking Kurt. Yeah,
I mean, they kind of already did The Gay One. They, with his
dad.
All the single ladies dance.
When he tried out for the football team and did good.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, I don't like gay people, but you're all right. You know?
Yeah, and if you could change, that'd be great, which was crazy.
Any chance you're going to change? No. Yeah. It's a choice, so I'm just checking you're going to change or not, you know?
He looks directly into the camera. It is a choice.
Just in case any of the right-wing viewers were like, I'm about to turn off this gay shit.
Exactly.
Hey, it's a choice, though. All of what we said was satire. Don't take any of what I said out of context.
Of course, no one takes things out of context on the internet. Come on.
Okay, so sorry. You think it's going to be about Artie? What can you
I don't
see
think it's going to
happening?
be about Artie. I know it's going to be about Artie. I'll put that.
So,
up.
okay, so you think the whole entire episode is just about Artie? What does that mean?
No,
What's going to happen?
I think there'll at least be a B plot, if not a B. In fact, I know. Here's the crazy thing. The episode's going to be called Wheels. I think Artie's going to be the B plot. I think there's still going to be some mushy, will they, won't they, pregnant stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it
that'll be the
depends
A
what you
plot.
class as a B plot. Your opinions on what is A plot is just basically which plot line has the most sex in it. If there's a lot of sex going on, you're like, that's the A plot, baby. I love that
not
shit.
Sex, not necessarily
Teenagers
sex.
fucking coming in their pants.
Sex,
Sign
but-
me up. That's what you say
Okay,
off camera.
this is gonna sound bad, but like the way that these producers work is like if a character focuses on a minority, it's almost always going to be the B plot for them. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to have something that has their white heterosexual characters like progressing it in the same
I
episode.
do think Glee gets better at this in all aspects.
Season 1, they are not good at it though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that,
it's not started off very strongly, and every single minority seems to be either very like caricature of their minority or not focused on at all, and like a side character for sure.
Yeah, and even when they are focused on, there's like, hey, no, don't get bored, viewer. Remember what's happening here? She's pregnant. You know what I mean? Let's go back to the white characters all the time. So I'm imagining that's what's going to happen here. But if you're saying that the show gets better at that, maybe this is the start.
I'm also just gonna go back and check. So the last episode of Glee that we watched, it was revealed to the whole school and parents that Quinn is actually pregnant and she's off the Cheerios. So,
and I think we actually watched one more because there was an episode where she didn't have her cheerleader uniform at all.
no, that was the end of that episode, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
her
really?
not
Was it
wearing
like a
the
reveal? I
uniform.
thought there was like a reveal at the end, and then we watched a whole other episode.
I don't think we've watched another episode. I'm pretty sure because we're on episode 9.
I mean, didn't we watch the Artie episode?
What?
I'm doing a bit.
That's a stupid bit. Were you doing a bit the whole time, or
No, just now. No, I actually thought we'd watched one because I remember
Okay,
seeing her in
yeah.
multiple scenes with no cheerleader uniform, and I was like, well,
let me do, yeah. We've done mashups. That was the last one we watched. So it was already revealed that she was pregnant to like the Glee people,
the students, yeah.
but then there was the whole weird panty sniffing storyline. Do you remember with
Oh,
Rachel?
God. Oh, dude, how could I forget?
Yeah. So that plotline was the thing that revealed it to Sue, who then forced the guy to post it on his blog, which means now the whole school knows and she's off the Cheerios. So this next episode should be the episode that like reveals to her parents probably know about this now, right? Like the whole school knows, it's been posted online. So it's crazy if they don't address it. So I feel like that would be the A plot and the B plot is going to be Artie, hence Wheels.
Yeah, I would agree. And you all know why we remember his name's Artie, don't you?
Go on.
I'm not going to say it because the people at home know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
It
But
is
let's just
crazy.
say they aren't working, you know?
It's an insane way to remember, but it is very funny. Well, it's not even, you didn't even remember it originally. I had to remind you that was the way that you remembered it.
No, I remembered it. I introduced it and I was like, you know what? I don't want to say it. It's kind of rude.
No, this time, I mean the like times ago, like
Oh,
you said it in
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
like 3 episodes
episode.
ago. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
'cause
You were
I'm
like, Archie? I don't know.
Yeah. Archie's close, to be fair.
That's a good segue onto seeing what you actually remember, Stans. We've not done this in a while. I am going to pull up 30 seconds on my... I'll give you a minute. I'm going to give you a minute on my timer.
A minute's too long. I don't have a minute. Give me 30 seconds. I definitely don't have a minute in me.
That's so funny. I'm going to give you 30 seconds on my timer, and you are going to tell me everything that has happened in Glee so far that you remember. Not last
Got it.
episode. Every plot line that you think will be relevant to this coming episode.
Okay, cool.
And here's what you missed on Glee.
Mr. Shu is a Glee teacher and he loves Glee and his wife doesn't love Glee. So she's going to entrap him with a baby. And he's going to entrap Finn with some weed to make him join the club, even though he's a football player. The club only has a bunch of cringe students, which are the non-popular kids. But then once Mr. Football's on, the cool kids join the Glee club. And now they're all in a Glee club.
10 seconds.
And Finn thinks that he gets the girl pregnant, but actually it was Puck, and he loves Finn, and Finn is the other girl. And then Jenny Matrix joins
Finn
the team
is the
and
other
helps
girl.
Brian.
What does that mean? Time's up.
If you know, you know.
Also, I feel like you could have definitely done a minute, because did you address the faked pregnancy and the swapping babies thing?
No.
That's crazy. That's like the only plot line you care about.
Oh, that's crazy. It's hard. It's hard in the moment, man.
It is hard in the moment. That's why I was going to give you a minute, so you had some time.
No, because in a minute I would just be like, oh, is it getting hot in here? I think it'd be worse.
Okay, now new thing we're going to add, because it's been a while. This is less fun if you've just seen an episode, but when was the last time we watched the Glee episode? Like nearly a month ago.
About
now,
a month ago. Yeah, I would say a month ago.
I want you to list every single character that you can think of by name.
This is actually super easy. You got Mr. Shu, you've got Emma, you've got Quinn, you've got Finn, you've got
the Quinn and Finn pairing you'll never forget.
Yeah, you got Artie, you got Mercedes, you've got Kurt, you have Rachel is a classic character. You can't get over Rachel.
It's
you
crazy. Okay, I will pause for a
Jane
second.
Lynch.
Rachel was the 8th character that you remembered.
Because the other characters either have mnemonic devices or dumbass names like Quinn and Finn. It's like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, bro. You're not going to forget that.
That is insane.
Rachel is just such a normal name.
That you remembered Emma before Rachel is wild.
Because I said Mr. Shu, and Mr. Shu likes to smooch with Emma.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay. Sorry, we're at 8. You said Rachel.
Yeah.
And
then
you
I
said Jane Lynch.
Who is in this show. But her name
is
Professor McGonagall. What is her name? I couldn't tell you. Mrs. Savage.
That would be a crazy casting.
Yeah, they just wrote it. I don't know where I got that name from. I can't even think of. There's the gym teacher. There's Puck. Puck is obviously a character.
Puck is a character that I'll count
there's
as
the
10.
guy who dances, but he hasn't had any speaking lines yet, as far as I know.
The guy who dances? There's multiple guys who dance.
Okay, let's be clear. There's one Asian guy who they only let him dance.
Yeah. But there's two not Asian guys. There's two guys that only dance.
No, but there's one Asian guy, and literally he only comes into the show when there's a dancing section.
Yeah, but the other guy also only dances, but he's just not very good, so he just stays
I think he's also on the football team or something.
Yeah. They're both on the football team. So is Mike
really?
Chang, who is the guy you can't remember.
Mike Chang. Okay, Mike Chang.
But you don't need to know that because they haven't ever said his name, I don't think. I just know his name.
Okay, great. I couldn't know that even, is the most important part. And that's basically every character in Glee, to be fair.
That is.
The only one I can think of is Sharpay, and that's just...
You missed the two cheerleaders, but they also really haven't become characters yet, so I don't blame you. Alex? Wait, is that one of the cheerleaders? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No. Santana?
Santana. Honestly, Alex is who I was visualizing.
Santana's
Alex.
You know Brittany.
Oh, it's Brittany, bitch. Yeah, because her name is Brittany S. Pierce. So
yes, he remembers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go and watch Glee. We've hopefully it's gonna be an episode that covers the Quinn Fabray shit, but we'll see. I actually can't remember which parts happen in this.
Wait, who's Fabray?
That's her last name.
Is that her last name?
Yeah.
Is Sharpay from High School Musical?
Yes.
Damn, Sharpay Fabray. My mind is getting turned upside down.
Yeah, it's a parody of High School Musical. We went over this in the High School Musical episode.
I know, but it's like now I can't remember which one's the parody and which one's real.
Exactly, brother. That's how they get you.
That is how they get you. Yeah.
So if you want to watch along with us, you can join the Patreon for $5. We've also got a bunch of other things on there. I recorded a couple of things whilst I was away with some people that'll be on the $10 tier. A very funny stands unfortunately we watched In Time without you. Wait, is it In Time or About
Justin
Time?
Timberlake?
I always forget. Yeah, the Justin Timberlake one, whichever one that one is.
Was it good?
It was insane. I didn't realize how fucking horny that movie is. Holy shit. Every single scene is like, oh, Amanda Seyfried, I love danger. Please stick a gun in my mouth and fuck me. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
So that will be up on the Patreon very soon. Okay. So go check that out.
I'll be honest, you sold it to me.
Yeah, it is. It's actually fucking great. And we did a live commentary with two of Vale's friends. Sure. So funny. It was a great vibe. Great. So if you're interested in that, make sure to go check it out. And if you're still not sold, here's a clip of us watching Glee from this episode.
I had no idea how difficult this was.
It's just like you with your stutter. You don't really notice it after a while.
We're both disabled, you dumb bitch. That's what he's basically saying.
I got in a really bad car accident when I was 8.
I'm sorry.
She was
I just
fine.
it's crazy that he said that, right?
I had a car accident when I was 9. You stutter. We are the same.
I still have the use of my penis.
I still have use of my penis. Wait, what?
And we're back.
Okay, Stans, you got to say more than "and we're back." You've got to say.
You won't let me talk about Sloppy Joes, so I'm just sitting here. You know what? Feel free.
You've got
What
to
do
talk
you
about the
want to
episode.
talk about Glee? You want to talk about Glee?
Stans, you can't just say "and we're back" and then sit in silence. You've got to do some work here, okay?
So it's actually, I think, built into my soul because I used to do a podcast called Esportsman-like Conduct, and my job after the break or interview was to say "and we're back," and then the other host would take over from there.
That's crazy because this is the 12th episode of Pinch and Cringe, and you understand the format and how I normally say, "and we're back," and wow, that was a great episode. What did you think, Stans? And you just said, "and we're back," and sat there like a fucking donkey.
So that you could have the opportunity to say, that was a great episode. What do you think, Stan?
No,
I want to take your whole thing.
You go. What did you think of the episode? You're
I
leading.
loved it. I think it's one of my favorite episodes. I think going into it, I was extremely worried because the episode's called Wheels. We had assumed it would be about Artie and like really talk about a character in a way that is not necessarily generous or from the right perspective to someone that was maybe going through that thing at that time. We've seen them talk about, for example, like black issues through Mercedes that felt like a little bit like this is a group of white people writing this. And I'm thinking, do they have disabled people in the writer's room? How are they going to actually talk about Artie? And while there were some hiccups, it was generally good outside of Artie being an incel.
Sorry, did you say outside of Artie being an incel?
I did. I stand by it.
I wouldn't say he's an incel. He just didn't like someone lying to him.
Excuse me? Yeah, but she came clean. That's all you can do in that situation.
Okay, well, just don't lie in the first place is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
but
think
she's already lied. She lied in 6th grade.
He's allowed to be annoyed at the lie when he was comparing being in a wheelchair to having a stutter.
And that's weird. He should stop doing that. He did it
that
500
was weird,
times.
but he was making that comparison. It wasn't like she was making that comparison.
Right. He's like, you're broken like me. And it's like, shut the fuck up, you weirdo. Stop. Just be a normal human.
But you're saying it like, what the fuck? You're more broken than she is. He can't make that comparison, which is crazy
he's
for you
broken
to say.
not because he's in a wheelchair. He's broken because he's a fucking incel. That's what I'm saying.
Not an incel, okay? He is a good character, and
he ain't a Volcel, I'll tell you that much.
So you're 100% right with all of the. Well, you're not 100% right on what we were just fucking talking about.
No, keep that in. Keep that in
the original point that you were making, which is that they had an episode called Wheels, and it could have been cringe. They decided to go, you know what? We're tackling one thing that could go crazy. Let's tackle 3. Let's tackle the F slur. Let's tackle Down syndrome, and let's tackle being in a wheelchair. All in the same episode. 3 things that could go horribly wrong if dealt with in the wrong way. And I think they stuck the landing. 3 out of 3.
I actually see the line here for them because it's like if one goes bad but the other 2 go well, there can be like, hey, shut up. We're trying to do something.
We're trying our best, guys.
Yeah, we're trying our best. Sorry, did you not see what we did for the Down syndrome community? You know what I mean? Like,
But Jake,
no, I think
what do you think? I think all 3 went well.
The only thing, and I mentioned this, all 3 well for sure. I mentioned it in the recording, but not everyone gets access to that. One thing I'm a little bit frustrated by is that the only time Sue has shown that she can be like a good, kind person is when it is something that personally affects her. So it is revealed that her sister has Down syndrome, and that's why like she can be a human being. To Becky? Sorry, what was her name?
Yes, Becky, the kid.
Yeah, to Becky.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think they were going for this, obviously, but it makes it seem like the only way that you can like treat someone with Down syndrome like a human being is if you are related to one, right? Like, they're like, there's no universe that Sue would be treating this person so nicely, and the reveal is, oh, that's why, because she has someone in her family with it.
Because the question you have to ask is, if her sister didn't have Down syndrome, what would she be acting like right now?
Yeah, she would be just as horrible as she is with everyone, which I think that's why...
Which actually is based, to be fair.
I think that's why it's different, is because the point of view character is Sue, who is a caricature crazy person, and not a realistic interpretation of a human being. So to then juxtapose that with actually being nice, it makes it great for a show and TV and for a character, but like in actual representation of people like people treating other people with Down syndrome differently. It's not exactly an accurate representation, but regardless, they didn't like go, oh, they're cringe, you know, like they do with a lot of things in Glee. They actually dealt with it really well, especially like the heavy-handedness that they dealt with Kurt being gay from the first episode. I was worried that they were going to be just as heavy-handed and just kind of as cringe. And it almost felt like they were being heavy-handed in the first episode on purpose to lead up for this character development from his dad, which he's kind of based now.
Extremely. He was very cool. And we thought they took it right to the edge of the cliff, because not only was he very cool, there was like a will he or won't he be a piece of shit all the way up till he's like, well, I got this phone call where they called you the F slur, and you know what you have to do now, huh? And we're all like sitting on the edge of our seat of like,
what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say?
And he's like, you gotta sing like the little queer boy you are. And I was like, this is kind of weird, but still good.
Yeah. I think currently all of the lines of dialogue from his dad are like, he's kind of based, but he could say it in a better way. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
it's like, your heart is in the right place, which is such a funny thing to say.
Yeah, but also it's again true to his character. I think I know obviously writers have written him like that, so you've got to look.
Yeah, this man doesn't exist, Joe.
Yeah, but this exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, so those were the three problematic pillars of this episode. But beneath all of that, which is crazy, dude, there's so many plot lines and things that happen in every episode of Glee. It is crazy how much shit they fucking pack into one episode, because we still had developments in the Quinn, Finn, Puck love triangle. That's
the A plot. That's the one that the people at home are waiting for. They're ready for it.
And even Rachel was even in there. It was the square. The love square was still in action, dude. I'm so excited. I love as many corners as possible in my relationships, so I'm glad that there's 4.
Right. This is going to be a polyamorous Glee club. If this show was made 15 years later, it would be just like Riverdale.
Yes, it would. They would all be fucking. Speaking of fucking, we kind of talked about the incel. We talked about him being an incel, even though I don't think he's actually an incel.
Even though we both agree. Yeah,
we don't agree. But Tina and Archie, yeah, I'm thinking of Riverdale.
Artie.
Tina and Artie dating, kind of, but they're not. But then will they, won't they, you know?
But obviously that's not the big thing. The big thing is she's been faking the stutter and the goth part.
Yeah.
she's been a fake character.
Do you remember that I told you that?
You said that she gets rid of it, but I don't think you said she was faking it.
I did, yeah. Episode 1, I told you that she was faking it. So I was like, I couldn't tell if you remembered. I was like, there's no way he remembers.
Not at all. Not even a little. I forgot 10 seconds after that.
Yeah, which is very funny. We also got more Brittany being kind of like, dumb, stupid.
Much. I said it during the recording. Too stupid. I think
it's
you can be a little
character,
bit stupid.
though.
Especially when you have like a heart of gold, which they kind of like showed from her.
Yeah.
But like the whole like raise your right hand. That's not your right hand, Brittany. It's like this is to me too dumb.
I think you know by now, Stans, that every single character in this show is just their one defining trait turned up to 11. Right?
Yeah, but she's like Patrick Star. Like she is a cartoon character more so.
And Patrick Star is one of my favorite characters. What are you saying?
Yeah, but that's a cartoon about undersea creatures.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that like the other characters may be dealt with like clumsy hands on like, well, what would a gay person say or this or that? This is like actually just the first character that is not a human being, in my opinion. Maybe Sue.
No, 100%. I don't think I think they're trying to make Sue more of a human being with the wholesome parts, but I agree. Sue, not a human being, and Brittany also
not a human being.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that's great. What do you mean? I think I hate it. That's a good thing because it's so fucking insane and funny. It allows them to go to places that like realistic characters couldn't. I like cartoony characters. I think it's fun.
Right, but I think that is like, do we need that 3 seconds? Is that joke funny? Of like, I said your left hand. To me, I'm like, I don't
just because you don't like that personal joke. I think there are other jokes. There's like, it can be hit and miss, but having a character that is able to be that insane, I think is really funny. And also, people forget their right and left all the time. That's not a crazy thing.
Excuse me?
Stans? I don't, but I know at least
you have to defend yourself here.
No. I know 5 people in my life, I can name them right now, name and shame, that consistently get their left and right wrong. I think The Veil is one of them. He told me, he was like, I think it's on the left. And I was like, that's on the right. He's like, oh yeah, so I get that mixed up sometimes. Like, people do that. That's a common thing that people do. So the dumb character in the show, that's not that crazy that they forgot their left and right.
If that's a common thing, I walk it back. I've never met a person older than 6 years old.
Okay, I don't want to be.
You don't need to name and shame. You don't need to name and shame him.
I will name and shame because I think that Rochelle is one of those people.
Rochelle's not one of those people.
Is she not? I swear there was a moment
chance.
where she was when I saw her in person. At some point, I don't know. Maybe she isn't. I'm sorry, Rochelle. I take it back.
Yeah. This is slander. She can't even defend herself.
But yeah, I'm just saying there are people out there, and I will represent those people in this call.
Fair enough, and that's why you're a hero around these parts. You're standing up for those with no power.
That's why I'm always right. We led the episode with this, so
that's true in that case.
And I would say the main part of this, the main part of this episode for me, because I love the music, was Rachel versus Kurt defying gravity. Which so fucking iconic. Great song, great performance from both of them. And obviously, spoiler alert, Kurt ends up fluffing the note and not getting the role. But I had the soundtrack for this, as you know, and in the soundtrack, luckily, they don't keep the fluff note. And they both hit it, and it sounds fucking amazing. It's so good. Defying Gravity is amazing.
Yeah.
Such a good song. And it's the only version of this song that I know, and it's the only version of this song I'll ever know. I'm never watching Wicked because it cannot compete with Glee.
You need to hear the Idina Menzel version. I feel like that is
I think I have actually heard of it, but I'm just like, I can't imagine it, you know? Like, I might have heard it in passing, but I've never listened to it. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
Because
I say all the time that I haven't seen things, and then it turns out like, oh, maybe I heard that in passing or someone mentioned it once. So I'm with you.
Speaking of Idina Menzel, do you know that she's in Glee?
I think I did know that. Yes.
Because I forget that you're insane and you watch the top 100 songs.
I watched the top 100 songs in Glee, so I got a couple things in my pocket.
Her and Rachel's performance of Poker Face, which I think is in season 1.
Really?
Is so fucking good. Maybe season 2. It's early on. And it is amazing. She's such a great character. Idina Menzel's definitely in season 1. She's introduced the same episode as guy from the King from Hamilton.
Oh. Really?
What's his name?
I don't know, Mr. Spitty McGee. Fucking Night Hunter.
Spitty McGee. No. Yeah. Mindhunter. Did you say Night Hunter?
I did say Night Hunter. Yeah.
Knight Rider. It's David Hasselhoff.
Knight Rider. He's Kit, the car.
King in Hamilton. This is so cringe. Neither of us can remember his name. Jonathan Groff. There we go.
Jonathan Groff. More like Jonathan. Grow a pair of lungs so you can sing better so we remember you.
No, he's amazing. What do you mean? He does some of the best songs in
Not
Glee.
Good enough for me.
He's your favorite character in Hamilton. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, really, the white character? Come on, man.
Yes, that's why we've had this conversation. Watch our own fucking episode, Stas. You cringe. Jonathan Groff comes in the same episode as Idina Menzel, and it's in season 1. I will look up right now. What episode is that? Because it's coming up. It could be like the next episode, so that's why I'm going to check. Jesse St. James, that's the name of his character. And he is, oh my God, is he a heartthrob? I would, unfortunately. I mean, I was going to say, unfortunately, he's gay. That's good for me.
Unfortunately, I'm straight.
Episode 14. So we are currently like 5 episodes away from one of the best episodes of Glee, which is very exciting.
Hey, only 5 episodes, but then we'll probably throw in some other stuff, so it's going to be maybe 7 episodes.
Oh yeah, 7 episodes of binge and cringe for sure.
A binge and cringe, yeah.
But we've done a lot of episodes recently that weren't Glee, so we're going to try and Glee it up for a bit.
Yeah, we're going to get back on a little bit of a trend for sure.
People that have listened this far. Actually, this is a very biased crowd. I was going to say, tell us what you prefer. But everyone that's listening to this is going to say Glee, right?
Yeah, they're like, what do you think about Britney S. Pierce? It's like, yeah, of course they're going to say Glee. It's like when I'm streaming and I'm like, would you guys rather keep playing streaming game or do anything else?
You're streaming in the morning. You're like, would you prefer me to stream in the morning? And everyone
who
is
or anything
in the morning.
Like that. Yeah. It's like the thing you're doing is what they're watching you do, so they want you to keep doing that thing. Yeah.
No
one wanted the Hassan Minaj thing, and that was so great. So
It was. I mean, you say no one wanted it. It's just because no one asked doesn't mean that people.
No, because I asked them. Sorry, that's an example of like I was like, would you guys rather I keep playing the game or do this thing?
Really? People didn't like you.
Well,
they didn't
because
want
the
you to
people who are
switch?
watching me play fucking Suika game want to keep watching Suika game.
Yeah. Well,
You know what
why
I mean? It's like
why the
literally-
fuck did you ask then?
Like I realized after I asked that I was like, this is stupid because I'm gonna do it either way.
Right,
It's like
yeah.
when you ask a baby something and you're like, just you don't really care.
It's like
You know what I
talking
mean?
to a baby in general, right?
Yeah, he's just like honestly, it doesn't matter what the fuck the baby says.
Okay, so I would actually like to know your opinions regardless. Let me know in the comments if you watch this far. If you, as a Glee viewer, as a Glee enjoyer, if you still like us doing other things.
Right,
every
or if you're
episode,
just like,
you're
ugh,
still...
not a Glee episode.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to wait till next week. Yeah.
Do you only tune in to the Glee episodes, or do you like other things? Let us know if you've got this far, because we are still going to be doing other things. It's just good to hear people's opinions, and maybe
so we
will...
can shit on your dreams.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can, because if people are like only Glee, then we can do things that are Glee oriented, like Morbius and Ready or Not very Glee. But
Right.
High School Musical Hamilton, Glee. And there are
Correct.
tons of Glee-esque movies and like one-offs that we could watch that can keep in the same vein, but not be Glee. So, yeah. And I also think when we get guests on, having them choose a movie that they like is also still fine. I think that's much better.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for leaving the comment. Not you, Stans. The viewers.
I always leave
My
a
friends.
comment though.
My best friends. I always leave a comment. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like in general, like no matter what you say, I will have something to say.
Oh, right. I was going to say you've never left a YouTube comment in your life, I feel like.
On my channel, I will leave YouTube comments.
Like on another channel.
Oh yeah, of course. Why would I?
Because you don't watch them to begin with.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. I'd be lying to them.
Have you ever felt compelled to after watching a video, because you do watch some,
Sure,
like the videos that you watch, like a Drew Gooden video or something like that. Have you ever watched something and gone, that was a funny thing that I have something to say about?
God, no. It's not. Could you imagine if like you were watching a movie or play or like comedian and afterwards you stand up and you're like, hey guys, remember when he said that thing? One time my dog fucking tripped. You know what I mean? Like it's just, who gives a shit? We're not here for you.
Well,
commenter.
okay, well, you can't say that because then no one will leave comments. They'll feel like a fucking moron.
I speak my truth. Delete this video too.
So I'm not just saying this because Stans has just cringed on all commenters and I want people to comment. But I watched the Tier Above podcast, which is Curly, Notice the Z, and Lion Eagle. And it's actually so funny. And there are some moments like, you know how just generally in a podcast, like as conversations go, there are like ups and downs and like you need the lulls in the conversation to get to like the amazing, like funniest climax of
get to the sloppy Joe. Correct.
Yeah, to get to the sloppy Joe. There's some like insane moments that happen. And when those good, insane moments happen, I feel like I have to leave a comment to be like, dude, when that moment happened, that was so fucking funny and insane. I want to make sure that you
That's
guys know
good.
how
You're
funny
a
that was.
kind person, and you are the kind of commenter that like every content creator wants to have. But
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
like-
saying. For example, you watch a Drew Gooden video and you go, wow, this is great. I would love to make content like this.
Yeah. But I'm not going to comment that. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
gonna be like,
why
"Wow,
aren't you going to
Drew,
comment
was
that?
great."
It's why I'm asking, I guess. Because like
I get-
that's a
for
nice,
YouTube
good
comments,
thing, right?
Yeah, specifically, I just feel like I'm screaming like it. It would feel performative because it's like I can just have that thought. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I don't think Drew gives a shit what I think about his video, and he shouldn't. In fact, Drew should
He doesn't
not
know,
give
but
a shit.
there's a difference between giving a shit about you personally and giving a shit about a void of people, right? Like seeing a nice comment, I don't give a shit about that person,
That's why I think
but I give
it's
a shit
actually
about what they're saying.
I think that after like a week, the comments are valuable because some things have been upvoted, some things have been down, but you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
You can look and see what like sentiment is, but like I don't need to be a part of that personally. I'm like, you know what? It's good. You'll figure it out.
I've pulled up.
And I think that maybe my critique is not valuable. Maybe I'm wrong, you know? Like I'm not going to tell him how to do his shit.
Fair, yeah, but I would never. Yeah, I think critiquing is cringe for sure.
Yeah.
I think you can say it's good, though.
You go
That's
on a
different.
lot of podcasts run by women and say, "What were you on your period this week?" all the time. And
I
it's
say
like,
that all the time,
"Jeez,
to be
dude."
clear.
Yeah, you do it constantly.
Whine about it. They love that in the comments, I will say. Okay, there was a really funny bit at the end of the Terrible podcast. I want to quote it because
Okay.
the thing that made me think of it was I left a comment saying, "Holy shit, that ending was possibly the best ending of any Tap episode ever."
Okay.
Because I think Lion Eagle said one line, and then they went, and that's it, and they just ended the podcast. Oh my god!
Oh, you're loving it. You're loving it right now.
They were talking about which president is the hottest, and
Okay.
someone went, "Well, obviously JFK, right? He was like the hottest president that we've
Yeah,
ever
he's
had."
a heartthrob.
And they were like, "Yeah, that's the easy answer." And Lion Eagle goes, "Yeah, he's got another hole to fuck." And then there's a beat, and then they go, "Thanks for watching the podcast."
Thanks for watching.
And they just
that
end.
rules. Yeah. That's amazing. That's a good ending. That's what everyone should
It
strive
was
to be.
so good, dude.
Yeah, it's extremely funny. Yeah.
I was watching it at fucking 8 a.m. this morning, but last night
Before
because it
you went
was
to sleep.
before I went to sleep, and I died
It's
laughing.
the last thing you thought of before bedtime.
Yeah. I was like
Honk
closing
shoe.
my eyes, ready to go to sleep, and I heard that line. I was like, I have to wake up just to leave this comment. That's why I was saying, I think watching good content can sometimes make you be like, this is so good, I have to tell them how good it is.
Yeah. Fair.
But
I
you're
just do
cringe.
that. I just do that not in the YouTube comments. It just doesn't feel like my
You do that
place.
in your head to no one.
And then sometimes I do it to real people. Like if I actually see something I like and I know them, I will just tell them.
Yeah, knowing them is different.
Yeah.
I would
I would
message-
never tell a stranger anything.
So it's very funny. When Curly watches Binge and Cringe, instead of leaving YouTube comments, he DMs me as he's
Right.
watching. Like
Yeah,
he'll
that's
respond
me.
to what I'm saying and DMs me instead of actually saying the thing. Okay, sorry. We were watching Glee before.
We were
talking
watching
about Glee,
and then
before
we
we talked
asked you
about
guys to
that.
vote. And here's the deal: next week we're gonna watch Glee again. You sons of
Yeah,
bitches.
and
We're
then
gonna
I
do it
don't
again.
care about your opinion because we're just gonna keep doing this shit. Yeah.
Talking about.
And you guys are gonna like it. You're gonna like this
Yeah.
slop, this sloppy
your
Joe,
sloppy Joe,
that we're putting out on the
yeah.
platter. We've come full circle.
Firm handshakes. I'll see you next week for more Binge and Cringe.
Yeah, but you need to do our outro.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, this is gonna be a good one.
Hey, do you want to know? Last episode, obviously it was you that was here last episode. It wasn't
Yeah.
Logic Defender. You did our classic outro because he watches and he knows what the classic outro was.
Oh,
So-
right, which is saying
which-
a brand slogan.
No, the classic
That's
outro
our classic
stands.
outro, dude. The other
No.
classic is out. I hate it.
The
It's
classic
just
outro
evil.
was the first 3 to 4 episodes that you said it, and you know what it is. I want you to say it right now, just so that you can prove that you aren't cringe and that you remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Binge and Cringe, and remember, a sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
That's not what you said. Let's talk
That's what
about
I
that.
say.
Let's
That's what I
talk about
say.
that,
Thanks for
Stans. We'll talk about that
watching.
next episode.
Bye.
Bye.